7 reasons I use Copilot instead of ChatGPT. I reach for Copilot every day, and here's why you should too. 7 reasons I use Copilot rather than ChatGPT every day. I use Copilot, and here are some reasons why you should too. The send-off of OpenAI's ChatGPT started off the generative computer-based intelligence frenzy, and the device has stayed the most well-known artificial intelligence chatbot. Microsoft Copilot, on the other hand, is just around the corner, and it boasts features that make it, dare I say, superior to ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT and Copilot for more than a year, and I keep coming back to the same conclusion. Microsoft's Copilot is superior, but it doesn't get enough credit. Don't think so? I've compiled a list of all the best features that have converted me to using Copilot on a daily basis. Before we begin, it is significant that every one of the highlights I discuss underneath are accessible on the free rendition of Copilot, despite the fact that large numbers of similar elements are restricted to the superior form of ChatGPT Besides, which costs clients $20. 1. No information cutoff. The chatbot's lack of knowledge cutoff would be the primary reason I switched to Copilot. As Microsoft's Bing web crawler powers Copilot, the device approaches the most state-of-the-art data on the web. As a result, Copilot is able to provide answers to questions based on current and accurate information. The free form of ChatGPT isn't associated with the web and, thus, just approaches the data it was prepared on, restricting its insight base to data up to January 2022. Assuming you ask the chatbot any inquiries about occasions after January 2022, it won't have the foggiest idea about the response. I asked both chatbots who was victorious in the New York Knicks versus this week's playoff game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Since Copilot is the only chatbot with access to the most recent information, it was the only one who could provide me with an answer, as shown below. Even if you ask ChatGPT for information on events that occurred prior to the knowledge cutoff, there is no guarantee that it will provide you with the most accurate response because it is unaware of any recent events that may have affected the situation. You do have access to web browsing with ChatGPT Plus. 2. Footnotes. Whether you are using a man-made intelligence chatbot as a wellspring of data for an exploration paper, a work project, or to suit your interest, seeing the wellspring of the response is perfect. Copilot continues to outperform ChatGPT in this regard, as cited sources make it simpler to expand your research and verify the chatbot's accuracy. Copilot cites the website from which the chatbot derived its response in brief footnotes accompanying each response. The apparatus additionally incorporates joins inside the commentaries that it probably won't have utilized yet may be valuable to assist you with looking into the inquiry. Copilot even incorporates related news when important, as seen beneath. ChatGPT simply responds to your query with a textual response and does not include any sources or footnotes. After receiving the response, you can type something like, "Please provide sources for the previous answer" into ChatGPT to request sources. Be that as it may, this approach doesn't necessarily work. 3. A model with more features. The free rendition of ChatGPT utilizes GPT 3.5, though the free form of Copilot utilizes a further developed variant of OpenAI's huge language model, LLM, GPT-4 Super. OpenAI describes the LLMs as a set of models that improve on GPT 3.5 and can understand as well as generate natural language or code when describing GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo. Copilot's use of the more advanced LLM guarantees improved performance in a variety of areas, such as writing, coding, reasoning, and more, leading to higher quality responses. You can also access GPT-4 Turbo if you subscribe to ChatGPT. 4. Voice inputs. You can ask Microsoft Copilot a question verbally and get a spoken response, just like you can with the voice assistant on your phone or Amazon Alexa. I utilize this component on my cell phone through the Bing application as an option in contrast to Apple's Siri in light of the fact that the reactions are better. Additionally, this method seems a little less intrusive than Siri. Instead of saying the microphone's name, all you need to do to use Copilot's voice feature is tap on it. You can pose straightforward inquiries like, "What is the climate in New York City for the week?" Or "Who is Google's CEO?" In any case, since Copilot is a generative man-made intelligence model, you could utilize it to do more complicated undertakings, for example, composing and perusing a sonnet or sleep time story on any subject you'd like. We verbally asked Copilot, "What are some movies that are similar to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and are available on streaming platforms?" When we couldn't think of a movie to watch the other day. After that, within a matter of seconds, Copilot generated a printed list of links, images, and movies, and it also verbally read the list to us. Unlike the free version, ChatGPT Plus supports voice prompts. 5. Picture inputs. Notwithstanding voice inputs, Copilot can likewise acknowledge picture inputs. For instance, on the off chance that you are a plant darling, you can enter an image in Copilot and conversationally request that it distinguish the plant. You can would exactly the same thing with any article you like to study, including structures, canines, bugs, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. For instance, I included a picture of my puppy and asked Copilot what kind of dog he was. Copilot provided a list of potential responses, one of which was a Yorkshire Terrier, his breed. ZDNET/Sabrina Ortiz A picture can also give your prompt some useful context. For instance, in the event that you request a recipe thought for supper, you can transfer a photograph of within your ice chest and Copilot can prepare a recipe that utilizes the items. You can enter pictures and prompts with ChatGPT Also, however not the free form. 6. Generation of images using Microsoft Designer's Image Creator. You can create images within the chatbot with Copilot. You should simply request that Copilot draw an image of anything that you'd like, and inside the space of seconds it will come up inside the discussion. The most recent AI model developed by OpenAI, DALL-E 3, powers Microsoft's text-to-image generator. To create pictures with ChatGPT, you got it, you really want to have a ChatGPT in addition to enrollment. The nature of pictures created by the two devices ought to be genuinely equivalent as they utilize a similar model. It is actually quite important that when you request that Copilot create a picture, it produces 4 pictures, while ChatGPT produces 1. Using the same question, can you generate an image of a Yorkie that is smiling with big, wide eyes? You can see a side-by-side comparison of the image generations generated by both tools below. 7. Assistance with shopping. Copilot has access to online product listings because it is connected to the internet. That's what this capacity intends. In the event that you really want assistance finding a particular item, you can utilize a conversational brief to depict it to Copilot and have the device behave like an individual customer, dropping explicit thing proposals and connections, as seen underneath. A search engine like Google could, in fact, accomplish the same objective. However, the advantage here is that Copilot filters the results for you automatically. When looking for apartment furniture, I used Copilot and found it to be more helpful in some cases. However, I would not describe it as an alternative to Google. Instead, consider the tool as an addition. ChatGPT doesn't approach the web, so it can't give this help.